Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is #1 in the space. There is no one on this level with us. We are separate from any other entity in combat sport, and that is a beautiful, beautiful place to be in this time. We do not want to see mixed martial artists go from one mixed martial arts organization to another organization. We've seen it.
And I am shocked that this is not bigger news. He essentially confirmed that he's leaving the UFC for BKFC. Now that...
The world of combat sports has always attracted a variety of personalities and extraordinary talents, but few have made the impact that Conor McGregor has. Since his rise to prominence in the UFC, McGregor has not only reshaped the landscape of MMA but also sparked widespread conversations around what a fighter can achieve both inside and outside the ring. One of the more intriguing subjects that has surfaced in recent years is McGregor's potential transition into Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, BKFC. As both an investor and potential competitor in the promotion, McGregor's future in BKFC has become a hot topic, igniting debates among fans, analysts, and fighters alike. Bare knuckle fighting has a long and storied history, dating back centuries. Initially a brutal and unregulated form of combat, it was once banned in most parts of the world due to its dangerous nature. However, in recent years, a resurgence of interest in bare knuckle fighting has been observed, particularly with the founding of BKFC in 2018. The promotion's goal was clear: to bring bare knuckle boxing into the mainstream and provide an alternative to traditional combat sports. BKFC's appeal lies in its raw, stripped-down approach, focusing solely on striking with no gloves to shield the fighter's hands. What began as a niche attraction soon exploded in popularity, as the world started to take notice. The intense, high-energy nature of bare-knuckle boxing captured the attention of fans looking for something different from the tactical grappling and ground game that dominate MMA. As BKFC's roster grew, so did its fan base, including McGregor, whose flirtation with the promotion only added to its allure. Conor McGregor, with his larger-than-life persona, has become a global symbol in the world of MMA. His journey from the streets of Dublin to the UFC's biggest stage has made him one of the most marketable and talked-about athletes of this generation. Over the years, McGregor has not only captivated audiences with his fighting skills but also with his ability to stir conversation, regardless of what he does. It's this very aura that makes McGregor's association with BKFC so significant. When McGregor expressed interest in joining the promotion, the conversation around BKFC grew exponentially. His mere presence would bring attention and viewers in ways few other fighters could. Whether he competes or not, McGregor's influence in this regard cannot be overstated. As he invests in the company and contemplates a potential fight, the combat sports world has been left to wonder: will McGregor ever step into the BKFC ring? Despite the growing buzz, former opponent Eddie Alvarez remains skeptical about McGregor's transition to BKFC, not because of McGregor's intent or abilities, but because of the legal and contractual hurdles that may prevent it. According to Alvarez, the UFC's strict control over McGregor's career makes it highly unlikely that he will fight in BKFC before fulfilling his obligations with the UFC. McGregor reportedly has 2 fights left on his UFC contract, and his exit, much like Alvarez's own experience with Bellator, would not be straightforward. In 2012, after fulfilling his Bellator contract, Alvarez faced a lengthy and complicated legal battle, involving matching rights and exclusivity clauses, which delayed his transition to other promotions. For McGregor, whose brand and drawing power are so tightly tied to the UFC's success, the UFC would likely go to great lengths to keep him in their fold, either by extending his contract or imposing conditions that make it difficult for him to pursue opportunities with BKFC. McGregor's star power extends far beyond the UFC's pay-per-view numbers. As the UFC nears its 2025 broadcast rights negotiations, McGregor's involvement in the organization is invaluable. His absence from the UFC could significantly impact the promotion's leverage in negotiations, weakening their bargaining power. The UFC, being a business first and foremost, is likely to do everything it can to ensure McGregor remains a part of the brand, either through contract extensions or stringent conditions that prevent him from competing in other promotions like BKFC. At 36, McGregor's window to compete in combat sports is closing. Even if he fulfills his UFC commitments, it may take years before he's free to fight in BKFC. By the time that happens, McGregor's age and physical condition could limit his ability to compete at the high-intensity level that bare-knuckle boxing demands. This raises the question, could McGregor's BKFC debut take the form of a post-retirement exhibition match or one-off event, rather than a full-fledged professional fight? Despite these obstacles, McGregor's interest in BKFC is easy to understand. The promotion has managed to carve out a unique space in the combat sports world with its raw, fast-paced nature of bare-knuckle boxing. Unlike MMA, which incorporates grappling and submissions, BKFC focuses exclusively on striking, with shorter 2-minute rounds that create an exciting, sprint-like intensity. For McGregor, whose striking skills and larger-than-life persona align perfectly with BKFC's format, it offers an intriguing opportunity. However, the risks associated with bare-knuckle fighting, such as cuts, hand injuries, and potential long-term damage, pose unique challenges that McGregor would have to consider. A fighter like McGregor...
It's tough, man.
I can imagine.
So there you go. Dana White, what does he say? If Conor McGregor fights again, and yeah, Conor's so rich, and he's 10 times richer than Ronda Rousey, who doesn't have to work anymore. For those of you who do not know, I know a lot of you guys are probably screaming at the screen right now. Joey, we already know. When Dana White is in negotiations with someone, oh, well, they say they want to fight, but do they really want to fight? And, oh, they got so much money, they don't care to fight anymore. You know, it's hard to get out of silk sheets and blah, 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 and so on and so forth.
Exit terms to prevent long legal battles over contractual disputes. What sets BKFC apart from other combat promotions is its ability to carve out a distinct identity. While other organizations have attempted to compete with the UFC's MMA model, BKFC has found success by focusing solely on bare-knuckle boxing. This strategic approach has allowed BKFC to build a loyal fan base and create a unique niche in the world of combat sports. McGregor's potential move to BKFC continues to be a topic of speculation. While his involvement with the promotion certainly elevates its profile, Alvarez remains doubtful that McGregor will compete in their ring anytime soon. The UFC's control over McGregor's career, combined with the physical demands of bare-knuckle fighting, suggests that McGregor's BKFC debut may remain a distant possibility, more likely to be an exhibition match rather than a professional fight. In the meantime, McGregor's ongoing association with BKFC keeps the conversation alive and ensures that the promotion remains in the spotlight. His influence continues to shape the combat sports world, whether he ultimately steps into the BKFC ring or not. When Conor McGregor joins anything, it immediately demands attention. Whether through his fighting prowess, business savvy, or personality, McGregor has the ability to draw eyes and make a promotion stand out. His investment in BKFC has already raised the profile of the organization, bringing a level of credibility and intrigue that few others could match. Picture McGregor entering the arena at Sturgis, South Dakota, for Rally Week. The crowd erupts as McGregor steps up, announcing, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former UFC lightweight and featherweight champion and co-owner of the BKFC, Mr. Conor McGregor." McGregor's flair for showmanship is on full display as he riles up the crowd. What could be more badass than bare-knuckle fighting and American rock and roll? He asks, emphasizing the thrill of the sport. His presence alone solidifies BKFC's identity, transforming every event he touches into an unforgettable experience.